What I am going to talk about instead, as my voice starts to go because I've been doing this for so long, and yes, this is probably the third time I've tried into this particular video. What is up, party people? Welcome back to episode 2 of How to Sell Your Art. I'm telling you, the first one did so well. So many people interacted with me. So many people put in their homework assignment, which was to comment about the things that they're going to take action on. Those of you who did that, I'm going to be double checking with you this week to make sure you did. I really appreciate everybody who was part of that whole thing. And if you're continuing from there, awesome. If you're brand new here, you might want to go back to this one or any of them really, to go look at the series as a whole, but you can hang out here because we're going to talk about something very special today. We're going to be talking about platforms. Basically what that means is places where you hang out to share your stuff, sell your stuff. I'm not sure. My gestures are so random. Before we get started, I do want to share with you the things that you will not get. You are not going to get. The 5 best places to post your work. The 5 best ways to sell your thing. What is the best 5 social media accounts you should have? I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff because it doesn't matter like most people will try to make you think it matters. They create these link-baity titles so that you'll follow and see their ads and maybe buy their product or whatever, and it's all a load of crap. Because really, the answers to those particular questions about what platform here, what platform there, where should you be selling, where should you be promoting, is going to be independent to you. And this is coming from a guy who wrote a book. Look, I wrote a book. It doesn't matter. In that book, there's lists of places that you can go to sell your work. And you can buy that book if you want. It's pretty cheap. Go ahead, buy the book. You don't have to buy the book. I don't care if you buy the book. I'd love if you buy the book, but you don't have to buy the book. Well, first off, the information in there can be a little bit dated because I haven't updated that book in a couple years, and technology changes so fast it's hard to keep up. That being said, there's some valuable information in there to help you with that, and I'm kind of sharing it with you here. So this is truncated. If you want to go deeper, you can buy that. Links are below. What I am going to talk about to you today are where you should show up and why you should show up there. And it has absolutely nothing to do with make sure you're on Instagram, make sure you're on Facebook, make sure you're on Snapchat. None of that is important until you start answering some very important questions. Before you go on to any selling platform, any social platform, any place where you're going to put your work, the most important things you need to ask yourself is first, number 1, where can you show up authentically? Now, authentic is a very tricky word. A lot of people use that word as a catchphrase to represent, this is how I am authentically. It's not exactly the way they are authentically because they're kind of manufacturing this sense of authenticity. When you see me show up here for you, there is some editing involved, but for the most part, the guy that you're seeing right here in front of you right now is the same guy that you would talk to if we were sitting across the table talking about this very subject. I may be a little bit more animated here because entertainment is a thing, but the guy you're talking to right now, or the guy you're listening to right now, is the guy that you would be sitting across from the table. I bring myself here wholeheartedly, 100% me, because I see no value in giving you anything different. That being said, I know that I can show up here in this space and be authentic because I'm okay with being in this space. On the other hand, I've kind of pulled away from blogging. I've kind of pulled away from my newsletter. I've kind of pulled away from places like Twitter because I don't feel at home there. Not that I couldn't do them, but it's not where I want to be. It's not where I feel I'm really nailing it. If I'm gonna nail it, I'm gonna be in the places where I can be the most authentic, which is here in video. That is the decision that you have to make. from the very beginning. Where are you going to show up? Whether you're selling or just promoting, where are you going to show up that is the most authentic to who you are as an individual? Don't just go someplace because everybody said, oh, you got to be on Pinterest because that's where everybody is to sell their stuff. Go where you feel is going to be the most authentic to you and your stuff. Kind of a part B to that number one. Go to places where your strengths will shine. Again, video, I'm really good at, pretty good at. So I go on video because my strengths are in this space. You might be different. I'm not saying be in video. I'm saying go where your strengths are best and make it shine. Next on the list is very simple. Go where your customers are. They're not on every single platform any more than you are on every single platform. You have to figure out where your customers are before you should even begin doing anything. Now you've got to justify, okay, well, if my customer's over here, but I feel strongest over here, is there any way I can meet in the middle? That's something you're gonna have to figure out. But if your customers are over in this space over here and you're not there, well then guess what? You're not making any money. I know it seems really obvious, but if you wanna make money selling your work, then you gotta be where the people are that are gonna buy that work. Revolutionary, I know. But so many people spend time on platforms just because they like them, but they've never sold a dime of product or art through those platforms. But they feel good, Dave. I don't care. You're gonna go broke. Your personality will dictate a lot. My personality is big on screen. Your personality might be bigger written or on audio, or in pictures. Whatever your thing is, wherever your strength is, wherever your best personality is going to show up, that's where you should be. Another thing that is really important is to not get stuck into the things that we do all the time. Just because Pinterest is working for you right now does not mean that you should only do Pinterest from now until forever. The platform that you are on that you love may not be the platform that you are on next year or a couple years from now. So you need to keep yourself open to new ideas. Snapchat is hot, Instagram is hot, but in 5 years it may not be the thing. So you need to keep your mind open to what's coming next. That next hot platform may not be the platform. Even though it's hot, doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna stick around. Anybody remember Echo? Just because that platform may not be around does not mean you shouldn't try it. There were people back in the day who thought Facebook was frivolous, Twitter was ridiculous, and thought Instagram, that's for photographers. Number something or other, I forget, I lost count. Have patience and stay the course. One thing that I found when I started doing YouTube videos is that I could have started years ago and I would have been much further along, but I never stuck to it. Now I look at people who have been doing it since the beginning and how many followers they have and how successful they are and how much money they're making in that platform. And I keep thinking to myself, even if I got a 1/10 of what some of these people had, I would be killing it. But I chose to go somewhere else and do something else. Now I've decided I'm going to be here in this space. I'm here on YouTube, here in Facebook video, on Instagram, Insta stories, I'm on Snapchat stories. If there's a new video platform coming down the road, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna stick to it and I'm gonna have patience. It's not going to happen overnight and it's not going to happen if I bail. So which platform is best for you? Hell if I know. Answer these questions and then decide what's best for you. Anybody else who's telling you something different, you need to be here, you need to be there, is full of shit, period. Yes, some are gonna be better than others. Instagram is definitely gonna be stronger than Tumblr, for most. Snapchat is definitely gonna be stronger than the new Facebook Messenger video thing that they've got going, for most. There's always gonna be a bigger gorilla to tackle, but it doesn't really matter if that gorilla has no bearing on your career or trajectory or where your people are at or how you interact with others or where you shine. So that's it. That's how to sell art, part 2. And again, folks, I'm not telling you how to be successful at selling art. Yes, this will probably give you some success, but I'm not guaranteeing any magic bullet to sales. Where that comes into play is following these rules, doing the work, keep making art or whatever it is you make and get it out to the people. There's no replacement for work. That's all that matters. Doesn't care where you show up as long as you show up and you do it. So, homework assignment. Leave a comment below and tell me where it is that you feel like you shine the most and where you need to be putting more energy that you've probably been avoiding, but you think you need to be there. Maybe you don't, but what do you think you need to be spending your time on? Share with me in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say. For those of you who are participating for the first time, thanks for checking this out. Please go back and watch the other videos because they're pretty cool. If you're following the whole thing, do me a favor, folks, like this video up, share it with your peeps, do all the do. That would be appreciative, and I think there are people that are not getting this message that definitely need to get this message. Before I forget, a whole bunch of you signed on in a lot of different spaces to check out the extension of this. A bunch of people joined on YouTube. A bunch of people added me on my Facebook page. A bunch of new Instagram people came on. So it's very cool, and I appreciate everybody that has come to hang out. I'm glad that you're getting this information, and I hope it's helpful. And I hope it's helpful enough for you to share it with somebody else who needs it. How's that? Good? All right. That's it, guys. Remember, be good today, be even better tomorrow. See ya. On Monday, because I'm 2 times a week.